Test. Crazy. Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? What's going on? Questions, comments, get them out there in the questions tickers on the comment box. What's up, Mom? What's up, Morgan? What's up, Freddie? Proxy, what's going on, guys? All right, guys, we'll start here. About a minute. Had a late start. My internet went down. Just fighting with my internet. It's crazy. Question stickers, guys, get them out there. We'll start in about 30 seconds. Like I said, a little behind today just because my internet was down the last 10 minutes. I had to reboot everything, including my router. So, the joys of timing here. Just getting things set up for you. Let's see. All right. I'm on YouTube. I have to look again there. All right, guys, let's get started. Like I said, late start. My internet was down. Had to reboot everything, including my router. Good morning. Happy Monday, 8/3. It's our first trading day of August. We'll get into it. If you have any questions or tickers, get them down there in the chat box, and we'll go over everything. Let's first start with, hopefully you watched my weekend update. I got that out. Sound pretty horrible going into the weekend with potential more bombings and whatnot, but then seemed to be back off on that. Andrew, you want to check my weekend update? I think I pulled some of those because they're just dropping. So your etc. Those are always on my weekend update. All right, so let's look at some critical stuff here. Let's look at economic calendar. Let me move this over. I know you can't see it. There you go, Instagram. Today we have PMI at 8:45, 10 a.m. ISM. And then let's look at the oscillators, see what they're doing. 11 on the NIMO, negative 11. Doesn't mean anything. Negative 20 on the NAMO. VIX, my guess is probably 17. Just been sitting there. What a guess. Fuck, it's lower. It's below 16. A lot of optimism, though. No protection in the markets. Let's move this over for you guys on Instagram. All right, guys, let's start with ES. We had a primary read here, guys. And ES, I took it. Actually entered as it was a potential just a hair ahead of it. You can see I'm up in the trade right now. I alerted the VIP Discord that there were primaries in ES and RTY. The next primary read is actually going to be right around 75.61. If we pull back, I entered at 75.63. And then I'm targeting 75.73 with a 75.52 stop loss. So I'm pretty much 1-to-1 on this one. I have VWAP protection. Upper limit's up here. I'm just going to hunt 10. Anybody get on that primary read? Let me know in the chat. Did you guys get it? All right. Russell. We had a primary read right here, but as soon as the read happened, it just exploded. I have an order sitting at like 63. I think my other brokerage. But that's probably the pullback level. I'll probably pull that order. But that's about the next level. And you have market structure. Whoops, market structure over here. So if we get a pullback, the upper limit's going to be the all-time high anchored VWAP. So if we can hit here and there's 10 points in there to hunt. That's how it works. That's how it works, guys. NQ, what's NQ doing? NQ is selling off. So we're long bias in ES and RTY. Meaning, what I mean by bias, guys, if you're new here, is we're hunting longs intraday. This is in torsion. NASDAQ generally only goes up, right? But we have downside support. A lot of support here through this 28,000, 28,300. You can see I still have critical VWAPs and then that. So you can take a short if we get it into that. The next long will be above the VWAP. When it's in torsion, we have the 30-minute and 1 hour conflicting. It's identifying this wider range that it's sitting in. My suggestion is once you identify that in trade plan, compare that to other trade plans that you have and pick the better ones. ES and RTYs are better trade plans at this point. Do you guys understand how that works? That's important. That's important. I teach all this, guys. Part of being in my VIP group, right? There are other groups out there. There are other groups out there that are cheaper than mine. You can go to cheaper groups. That's fine. I've got the actual education. I've got the experience. I have the win rate behind it. You get what you pay for, folks, right? I've had people question me on our pricing where we're, X amount of dollars more expensive than everybody. I'm not gonna make excuses for our pricing. The results and the education pay for themselves. If you want cheap, by all means, you have that right. YM is extremely bullish. The Dow, this gold line up here, guys, is the all-time high. It's the only one that indice that is relatively close to the all-time high. We may see it today. The next buy is right about here, 23,200-ish, 220, and that would be a 90 to 100 point buy. Yeah, I can do it closer to the mic there, Governor. Turn up your mic just before or turn up your earphones right before I do it. Gold it has sold the VWAP. It has sold our FOMOC and PCE. So this is the defense, right? So this is kind of the upper sell zone, and it's extremely bearish. The next short is at the top of the green box. I would rather it fall through and get a read down here, but it's looking pretty bearish. Like shorts up here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I think NQ and gold, two of the ones we trade a lot, aren't as tradable as some of the other ones. And that's fine. That's why we look at multiple instruments. And oil. I said on my weekend update going into the weekend, because this is the information we had, was very bullish going into the weekend because Trump said he's just going to fucking carpet bomb everybody. And then he chickened out this weekend like he always does, causing more turbulence. And I guarantee you, before he chickened out, he let his sons know that to sell oil, because that's what he does, right? So anybody who was long into the weekend got their nuts crushed on open. That's just welcome to the Donald Trump era of trading. So just as a price observation, everything's a short. The next short opportunity is going to be off the VWAP. All right, guys. So I exist here, have for 4 years, to help you guys out on my free lives. Let me get another chart up here, guys, so I can answer ticker questions. Change it out a bit. All right, what questions do you guys have? Let's see. Over there on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right. Got a lot of folks on YouTube. Guys, if you guys have questions over there, throw it in there. Shiraz, you got into KHC when you first mentioned it. How is wrap? So KHC has been a good one. Wrap has declined a little bit. I've pulled it off the report for now because I've set alerts. It's recovering. So this one, again, it's a longer term play because, you know, they're law enforcement tech. They're bolo wrap, which is a gun that you shoot that basically wraps somebody's legs. But they're getting into anti-drone tech, and that was what the spike was on the greatest volume we've seen. And this is really good support right here. Depending on what your trade plan was, like I said, you could have bought it $2 with a $1 stop loss. You're still in this trade, and now it's recovering. It's going to re-enter that buy zone. Actually, it's just a hair like that right there. It's re-entering the buy zone. But what you can do is if we get a price back above the buy zone, this was probably sell off with the market when the market sold off, right? Not necessarily. So it was market pressure. And then if your stop loss is down here at $1, you can, once you get back in the money, you can set your stop loss on that clear pivot swing and hide with other sellers and then chase it up. So that's what I would do right there. All right. What else do we have? Yeah. Clipper Stippers. ES is range bound. I mean, that's a good observation. But one reason why I took it, right, and I could be wrong, right? The one reason why I took it is, yeah, you identified this range, right? Let me move this. You identified this range. But what happens is we get closer, market volume picks up. And what do I say breaks ranges? Volume. So, and I'm protected. I'm on near the bottom side of the range. If I don't get a pop, I do have some VWAP protection. What you could do is if you identify that range and don't like it, you could wait for the range to break, come back and retest it. But with that market volume picking up, I just thought I would enter the trade. But good identification on the range. RCAT for a short-term trade. RCAT, man, I haven't talked about that one in a while. Oops. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that over here. RCAT. Short-term trade. You looking to buy it, Dave? Man, what a... This is... okay, so that's a sell signal off the... that is a death cross. That is a sell signal. You got 3 sell signals. Look at all these red earnings reports. This company's not doing well. I mean, your trade's a short. I mean, if that's what you're talking about, I wouldn't buy it anywhere. You have market structure support down around 573 if you're daring, about $1.50 lower. But if you get a retest to this IPO anchored VWAP, I would consider shorting it. If you need help with it, jump in my free Discord and ask for more specific questions. I wouldn't even buy this on a discount. I'd rather short it. Let's see. Instagram, what do you guys have? YouTube, if you have any other questions, you can throw them in there. I'll get to them. Aklo. Did I pull Aklo? Yeah, I pulled the underperforming stocks off my report, guys. So Aklo, the last, if you watched, go back 2 weeks, this is kind of the 2 gaps, and that forms a support zone. The lower support zone, and I set the alert and then pulled off my report because if it breaks 32, I'm just going to let it fall because this is kind of the last line of defense and it's just bouncing in there, right? So again, this one has had the death cross, that's a sell signal, and it breaking market structure and barely holding on here in a nuclear thesis. I mean, these things should be good, but if you want to dabble in here, you can have your, buy in this range. You put your stop loss just below, say 3150 to stay outside that gap. And then what else did you ask about? QBTS. What's weird is when I pulled this off the where is it at? My report, all my TA disappeared. I hate that. It's stupid. But what did I have this before? 14 to 15. Keep an eye on that zone. You do have a death cross right here, guys. But look, you had a death cross here and then a golden cross and a death cross. But I want you to notice about EMAs, they're running sideways. So it's forming a larger channel. If you can get in towards a bottomless channel and you like the thesis, 13 to 15, you might be able to take a stab at it and hope that it runs back to its all-time highs. Andrew, your foil tickers, RGTI or Getty. You know, if you bought these a long time off of Mayor's calls and you didn't have a stop loss, Andrew, you're going to owe me push-ups. That's the problem. These people buy long-term shit and think you can just hold it forever. Like, this is looking ugly. If you bought it back here, you're bleeding cash right now. Like, again, let's look at the sell signals. That's a sell signal. That's a sell signal. That's a death cross. That's a sell signal. She's heading down. I mean, if you do volume at price, you're going to look between $2.50 and $5 probably. But if you like it and you think you're going to hold it long term, you can buy there and lower your dollar cost average. But be careful, do your research. Don't throw good money after bad. EV got in on pullback. Let's see here. Oh, it's the governor. Is that C. Diddy? A resident smartass? ZM. All right, let's look at it. So ZM, are you talking about the? Are you talking about Zoom? Are you talking about the? Are you talking about soybeans futures? Since you didn't say futures, I'm going to assume you mean Zoom. It's up. Haven't done this one. Of course, and then put an all-time high anchored VWAP in there. All right, stand by, guys. Let's TA out this a little bit. Ooh. All right, so it's looking like a buy right now. All-time high in this recent runs, anchored VWAP. Buy right around 91 to 93. If you can get back in around 93, and then put a stop loss at 89, and try to run it back up to $100, 114. If that's the one you meant. NASDAQ. Guys, make sure you watch my weekend update because I cover, see all these over here? I covered all of those. It's on YouTube. Yeah, the same thing I said. If you look at the picture, I said this is a bull trap candle. That run, I think we fail. I think we fail downward. If we get lift, the upper limit is that 29,000, top of the 29,000 box before we fail. As long as that war is going on, we're not heading into this box. So right now the probability is we hit 26,000 before we hit 31,000, and I've said that. My long on Bitcoin, fuck no. I hate Bitcoin. It's garbage. But let's look at it. I pulled it off my report. I've had to go back on my YouTube channel and look this whole duration when everybody was saying buy that. I said no, right? Cycle low is going to be about 48 to 50,000. And then you had like that hack of that cold storage wallet. Why would you own this shit? You know what I mean? I do own Ethereum, and doesn't make my stomach feel good to know that no matter what you do with it, you're at risk. Anyway, if you're Dwayne Prinz, if you're interested, I'd wait till October. Our experts, go to Alpha Beta Report, follow them on Instagram. Crypto John's an expert on this. Iran rejected U.S. proposal. Awesome. I mean, imagine that. Guys, I want to show you something. Look, you can come trade with me in my VIP, 7 days free. And I'm going to tell you something. We lose trades. It's amazing me how many people get fucking butt sore because we lose a trade, or we lose 2 trades. Or we had 3 trades in play, very good reads last week, and then got kicked out within 90 seconds because of Trump's tweet. Okay, so how do we do for the month? What is that? 50 trades placed and called. 35 wins. 15 loss. 70% win rate. Go find a fair value gap group that does better than that, guys. I mean, it would be even better if those three trades within 90 seconds didn't kick us out. All you got to do is come trade with us. A week will not be... Look, you look at these weeks. Like, look at this. This second week was 7 wins, 5... I mean... So, first week, 14 wins, 3 losses. So, come trade with me, guys. because I'm going to go head over with my traders right now. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m.